We own our own home, but it has 4 wheels,
windscreen wipers,
and is prone to breaking down.
So why haven't we chosen a house with flushing loos and nosy neighbours?
If you feel locked out of the housing market, stick around.
We'll tell you exactly how we saved a house deposit in 1 year and what we did with it.
We're Danni and Angela, and we've been living in our tiny home on wheels for the past 3 years, travelling around the UK whilst working full-time from our laptops and having some incredible adventures in between.
Welcome to our 1-bed, half-bath, 8 metres squared of pure luxury.
You can't see my view, but it's spectacular.
This space boasts panoramic views and the ability to relocate wherever it's not raining.
There's a rainbow! There's a rainbow!
All jokes aside, there's a reason why we're living in this tiny home instead of paying a mortgage right now.
Hello!
Get ready for some horrifying numbers. Half of all first-time buyers in the UK receive help from their parents. The average gift or loan being around £55,000. Without that help, to get that 10% deposit together takes around 6 years nationally. In some places, it can take 15 years. More than half of renters, aged 25 to 44, say they thought they would have owned a house by now.
Us included. Everyone we know who's a similar age has bought a house with the help of their parents. Most of our friends are actually still renting, just like we were.
The thing is, we did all the things that you're supposed to do. We went to university, we got degrees,
And we got responsible adult jobs with pension plans and all that jazz.
and found somewhere to rent that didn't feel like we were still at university or living in someone's basement.
We wanted to find a way to get unstuck from being permanent renters and find a way towards owning something of our own.
So, we took out a loan, we bought a cheap van, converted it on a budget, and now it's where we live.
On paper, we're worse off than when we started. Now we've got a loan and we're living in a cheap van that keeps breaking down. But there's actually some solid logic behind it, and we're already seeing the results. Here are the 3 reasons why.
First off, the obvious one. We wanted to cut out our rent. Living in a van means we're not paying any rent, and the closest thing to it are the odd campsite that we pay for, like this one. We're in one right now and it's costing us £6. £6 a night.
So before we were spending almost £800 a month just on rent. And we were living with housemates as well. But rent isn't the only cost. There's also council tax, which was around £200, and then utility bills, which are just absolutely extortionate. So including all of that, all of our digital subscriptions and our groceries, just by moving into a van, we cut our bills in half. But that's not everything. There's more. Our saving didn't stop there.
Funnily enough, when you downsize over 50 square metres, things change.
It's something that we like to call the van life effect.
Since moving into a van, our habits have slowly but surely completely changed. Those things are takeaways and new clothes.
We don't have space for any clothes.
Or general things at all. So any impulse buying is completely off the table. Everything in the van is measured and accommodated for. Every single centimetre of space is spoken for.
And because we spend so much time in rural places, takeaway generally isn't an option.
Even when we're feeling super lazy and we're so done after a day of work, we'll still cook. And it really makes a difference to our wallets.
Crunchy. Really good. This looks amazing.
One major thing that helps us financially is that we still have our full-time jobs. The same ones that we were able to work in a house, we have in a van. That means that we're working 9 to 5 most days, and we still have to get on Teams calls and all the rest of it. Oh, it's a chaffinch. He's got a lot to say.
Yeah, he does.
Do you mind? We're just filming. Oh, he totally listened. We've kind of merged the sort of full-time professional with remote van life. We don't know anybody else who's doing this.
Yeah, where are you?
Yeah, most people we know who are working in a van are either doing seasonal work or part-time jobs
Or living in their van in one location and going into the office every day. So how does this actually translate to the housing market? The average house price in the UK is £275,000, with a deposit being about 10 to 20% of that. That was literally impossible for us to save, not just because it's a big number, but also because we had no money left after bills and living expenses. Just by moving into a van and cutting out any costs associated with renting, we were able to save £12,000 a year. But then, with the van life effect, we became minimalists without even trying, and we're now able to save up to £30,000 a year. So with all that in mind, We did the numbers, we worked it out. It would take us 12 months, exactly 1 year, to save a deposit for our own house. So once we got our butts in gear over the last 12 months, we saved up enough money to put a deposit down on our own dream property. We became obsessed with scouring the internet, trying to find somewhere that we could see ourselves living. We wanted somewhere that was peaceful and old and ours. After we got over the heartbreak of finding a little lock with a cabin and some woodland that was already sold, we found a house that we thought could be our perfect property. It had woodland, it had a stream, it had outhouses. It was amazing. For this property, they wanted offers of over $265,000. That meant that if our credit score was good enough, we could give them a 10% deposit of around $26,000. We had that money. That money was in our banks. This was it. We were going to settle down and live out our off-grid fantasy.
So why are we sitting in our beautifully renovated barn on the edge of Loch Ness right now?
Well, because we decided not to buy a house after all, and we bought another van instead. But not just any van. It's bigger, longer, and taller.
Oh no, no hand! Hold on to my legs. Hold on to my legs. No, I can't. Hold on to my legs. Well, we can check to see if it was a good one.
I think it was a good one.
Let's have a look.
Yep, that's right. We can stand up in this one.
It's so big. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it's like a whole...
Meet Gino, a 2021 L4 H3 Fiat Ducato, and our new home. We're just not ready yet to give up van life. We love this life. We just need a bit more room.
Got like three hands almost.
This autumn, we're going to be starting to build our dream rig. We're going to live in one van whilst we do up the other one throughout winter. It's going to be quite a journey. We just need to save up for it first. We are talking bigger battery setup, recirculating shower, incinerating toilet, the full works. This is going to be our dream home. This is going to fix all of the problems that we've had in our other van, and we're going to make everything right.
Good job we've got another van, so you can use that van to start this van.
We're also going to have an actual separate toilet where we can both poo in peace. I can't wait. So that's what we did with our deposit. Let us know in the comments if you think we're absolutely crazy.
If you want to support the channel and our next van conversion, we have a Patreon account where we post behind the scenes and exclusive content. Thanks so much for watching.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I'm sorry, I'm trying so hard to keep my eyes open, but I can't keep my eyes open. Like, let me know. And
I'm going to start speaking. Ready?
okay, as soon as I look up, then start.
Okay.
Right, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna try and do it not like that.
No, I want to do it like that.